landed in Vietnam now, as you can see. We are in Ho Chi Minh or Saigon. It is just out for a little beer at the minute. Here we are, having a few beverages. We're just going to go and check out this city. We've not long landed. It's a bit hectic, it's a bit crazy. The roads are f***ing nuts. But other than that, it seems pretty good. Food-wise, we're going to go check it out in a minute.
Yeah, I want some grub. Let's get some grub. Yeah, we need some grub. We'll show you some grub.
Yeah, everything is very cheap. The large beer is £1.20 in the heart of the tourist district. So, for all you people back at Britain paying £8 a pint in London. Unlucky! Oh dear. It's a little bit different to Thailand. The girls out here don't seem to like get right on you and like just sort of get right on top of you, call you in, and there's not girls at every bar. However, if you are coming here for that, they are still here.
There is an abundance, do not worry, Jack.
It is just slightly less direct than in Thailand.
Yeah, they're not trying to rip the skin off your arm to get you into the bar. Out here, they just kind of make you like faces at you. Like one was panting at me a minute ago, but literally panting.
No, that is a lot better. I was told that all Vietnamese women were ugly. So far, a lot of them seem alright.
Like me, yeah.
A lot of them seem alright, and I am less concerned about whether or not they are a bloke down there.
Yeah.
So, you know, you win some, you lose some. We might shag this week.
I should have run when I had the chance. You took me in without your glance. Could never know if your hoe was gold.
So, we've just been down the strip in Ho Chi Minh. Fair to say, it is f***ing carnage. It's
f***ing mental.
We was told Vietnam was a more relaxed version of Thailand. It was more chilled out. They were more conservative, more sort of traditional.
But I'd like to say, I mean, we haven't actually been to Bangkok properly yet.
Yeah.
But so far, this on the nightlife side is on steroids compared to Thailand.
It is
like
nuts.
madness.
The thing is, the difference between here and Thailand is the girls just don't harass you.
No.
Like, not as much. Like, you've got more geezers harassing you down that street.
Yeah, you've got more geezers working on the doors. They're like, come on, mate, come and have a drink.
Have a beer,
you know what I mean? The birds aren't like clawing your skin off to try and get you in the bar. You know what I mean?
You don't lose a limb as they try and rip it off your body. But it's wicked, really. Like,
I'm loving it so far. We've been here a few hours.
Some noise and sound.
It is pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, guys. You have to. If you come into Vietnam, you can't not do Ho Chi Minh.
You've got to come to Saigon.
You've got at least once. You've got to do it for a couple of days. Just come out here and just experience.
We've only been here a few hours.
We've been
here. We've only been here a few hours. Look at that. We'll make friends with the locals already. They love us. So day 2 in Ho Chi Minh. We've got our asses out of bed. And,
beautiful morning.
We've just been out a bit of breakfast because we can't put Dan on camera before he's eaten. It's an angry state of affairs, that is. We're just having a little mince about. We're going to check out War Museum in a bit. We've had a McDonald's because it's probably about as much as my stomach can handle after last night's food.
That'll be right big.
There's a lot of people doing exercise out here. Like.
That is something I've noticed. So, like, you're looking at these people, look, 80 or these like 80-year-old women are out in the outdoor exercise machines in like 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Out here dancing, rolling about like they're freestyling. It's crazy.
All out here playing like some sort of weird tennis football thing. It's, yeah. How about that? Quite a nice way to spend your morning, I suppose.
Yeah.
You wake up in the city full of smog, you get out and do a bit of exercise. So yeah, the most dangerous thing you could do here is cross the road. Don't know if you can see that yet, but Jesus. It is an adrenaline sport, that.
And it seems to be no matter what time of the day.
Yeah. There is about 10 zillion motorbikes on the road. So this is Bentham Market. Let's go have a look. Oh, yeah, it's the biggest fake market in Ho Chi Minh. So if you're looking for designer gear at great prices, this is the place to go. You also get local food here, untold sort of local cuisines and meats and delicacies. We're going to go check it out. So, here we go.
You kept me out, your love went cold. I should have never given you the chance. of pain, but no romance. Was I all just your little game?
So, what we've noticed here is you get a lot of people outside of this market taking pictures in traditional dress of the market, I suppose, them in the market. Swing the camera around here. It's like a photo shoot. It's like a professional photo shoot in the middle of a road. You know, you wouldn't see this in London. One, because you stood in the road like that, things would kick off. I have seen just stop oil. It's not pretty. To be fair, neither are some of those. What I've noticed about Vietnam is, compared to Thailand, everyone is very friendly. So in Thailand you'll find a lot of women very friendly to that, for obvious reasons. Out here I've had a lot more of the men talk to me, say hello. And they love a beard. They love a beard. Even my dodgy beard. They're loving it. Absolutely loving it. Yeah, it's quite refreshing. I quite enjoy this. I mean, there's sadly a lack of cannabis, but 6 to 1, half dozen of the other. Be alright.
You win some, you lose some. Renovations.
Scaffolding looks dodgy, doesn't it? HSC have a fucking film stand.
I'm sorry, Asia, but your scaffolding standards, are quite ropey. Anywhere I've been when there's scaffold involved, it is a little bit scary.
If I'm ever back on the site, right, and some pompous site manager asks me where my scaff tag is, I'm going to direct him to Asia.
Do you think they don't get shit done here, mate? Bloody hell.
We're here to enjoy the culture and immerse ourselves in something that people actually take pride in, unlike Britain. That's how we're doing it. That's what I'm talking about. Wait.
What I love about Asia the most so far, I love experiencing cultures that people are still proud about. They've still got pride in their nation, you know what I mean, in their own culture. We've abandoned ours at home. We don't have culture anymore.
No, we don't. We are culture free in Britain. This is going to ruffle some feathers, but here we go. So out here in the east, a lot of people are a lot more. They're a lot more preserved. They're a lot more patient. They're a lot nicer. Whereas in Britain, especially the women, right? The women have a lot more self-respect for the most part. Obviously, you've got your strippers and your whatnot, but you've got strippers and prostitutes in the UK. But they're less demanding. They are nicer. They are more traditional. They assume the role of a woman. Now, this is going to sound quite controversial, but you know, if I was to look for a relationship, that's what I would be looking for. Be something more traditional, more set, and they enjoy the balance of life. You know, out here, it's not all about work. You know, as much as it's a communist country, everyone's got to pull their weight. It's not all about work. We've seen people out. Everyone's exercising. People are talking to each other. It's a nice atmosphere they create here.
Very true. Lovely. And on another note, that like you see, like the culture difference. Oh. Hey. So that's another thing. They drive on the pavement here as well. Yeah. If they can't be bothered to use the road, the pavement just as well.
That road there is one way, right? So what should you do? Work smart and harder.
Yeah, the road's one way, going the wrong way for where you want to go. So what you do, you mount the pavement and drive the wrong way up the road because it's alright on the pavement. There's no arrows on the pavement telling you can't go that way, so it must be fun.
Must be fun. Here we are at the War Remnants Museum in Ho Chi Minh. We're about to have a look at the American War and some of the stuff they left behind, I suppose. We'll learn a bit more about it from the Vietnamese perspective as opposed to the American perspective we're taught in schools. I assume that's just rough, like everything else in America. So these tanks, they weigh 47 tonne and they move at 48 kilometres an hour. Imagine one of these things coming to each other. Jesus. 90mm gun. Cannon. These things have got bullets fired at them.
Yeah.
Oh.
They've got plenty of captured American hardware, including huge Chinook.
So this is normally what you would see as a bulldozer used on many construction sites everywhere. However, during the Vietnam War, the Americans decided to use it to clear rainforests, fields, smoke mines probably. Right.
I mean, look at this, just for a concept, like, my hand is not small. Like, I have a big hand. That is solid steel.
The industry that war brings in is phenomenal. The manufacturing, the cost of this, and I make millions off this.
Yeah. Horrific. Flame throwing tank.
It's a flame throwing tank with 200 gallons of fuel on board for the flame.
You just airdrop them behind enemy lines and let them purge the jungle and anything, tunnels, jungles, villages. Almost 15 kilometres range, right, of range, and that is the baby one. Sorry, sir. That is the baby one compared to the daddy over here.
That is the...
Look how long the barrel is.
This one's alright, you're safer with this one because it's only got a range of nearly 12 kilometres.
So these would have been far more mobile. So like you would be able to relocate these. So you can bomb someone for 12 kilometres, relocate another few kilometres, and again return fire again. Effective area covered by impact burst, 20 metres in depth, 30 metres wide. That is one big hole.
Yeah, to be engulfed in that flame is going to be. Oh.
I mean, the only mercy of that is, I'd imagine if you get directly hit, that's a quick
instant death.
Yeah. The other one, for 15 kilometres, this can do double that and some. Mortars. AA gun.
Jesus.
Anti-aircraft. That is a top of some sort. That might be when they buried tank tops in there using them as artillery positions, so like defensive positions. That, or it's just the top of a tank because the rest is
fucking buried. They're out there all close to beach. Once they get you, they've got you. You ain't moving. You're stuck. To think this is all 50 years ago, like you get 32 kilometre range 50 years ago. How far it would have moved on now is terrifying. It's only a little gun. It's quite an eye-opener, really. Like, you don't really think about war when you play Call of Duty and the battlefield. You don't think about the realities of it. Like, people have to live that. Like, you really do forget that. It's quite an eye-opener.
It is an eye-opener. The other thing I'd like to say is, like, obviously, I don't see many planes. I think most people don't really get to see many actual jets. You know? But the first scope I've realised, not just this jet, but the plane out there, plane next to you, I'll show you in a second, they're huge. Like, the actual equipment, the size of these vehicles, they're massive. Like, compared to my Ford Focus, you're probably looking at, in this footprint of this jet, 4 or 5 times the size of my Ford Focus. I'd like to just make a point. So this is a prop aircraft, and it's probably the biggest aircraft here in vast size. Right? And I'd like to stand. Dear Dan is going to stand by this aircraft just to get a concept. He's about 6'3", 6'4". He is a mouse compared to this thing. Just look at the prop size of this plane.
That would be us in a couple of years, right? Or Jude will blow us up and Netflix get involved, right? I'm waiting for that Netflix deal.
So this is just an example of prison cells. Where obviously the guards would walk along this path, and they could easily look down into the cells. Not very nice cells at all. Jesus. The poor chap down there now. Now they kept an eye on their inmates. Bloody hell. Don't want to end up in a prison in Vietnam.
Yeah, this is the horrible reality of what it's like here for the prisoners. So just read up on this. They just keep them chained to the bed with an iron bar around their feet. Not only that, if you so much slap the mosquito on yourself, the guards will come and attack you with sharp sticks, which leads to all sorts of diseases. It's quite horrific, really. So there's that is in 1976, a year after the war ended.
Bloody hell. 1976, so a year after that picture was taken. Oh my god. Makes me wonder how long it would have taken for the poor people of Vietnam to recover. Like the jungles, the cities, the people themselves. Bloody hell.
War Remnants Museum, which was a real eye-opener for us. Yeah. You don't quite understand the actual impacts of war, especially Vietnam, the American War, depending on where you are in the world. But like the actual impacts of that war on people, like it's just incredible. I didn't know half the stuff I knew before I went there. That's something you've 100% got to do if you go to Ho Chi Minh.
I think as a Westerner, from anywhere in Europe or any sort of Western country, I think it's a moral obligation. If you come to Vietnam, especially Ho Chi Minh, I think you should. I think it should be a thing you should do for yourself. Yeah. Regardless if you like that, you're interested in that sort of stuff, I think you don't really understand the concept and the scale of the conflict and the horrific atrocities that I had during that conflict. And it truly does. I learned about it in history. I'm a bit of a history buff. I didn't understand half of what actually happened until I went there. It is genuinely horrific, some of the things and stuff, and it's an amazing place to see, and I really enjoyed my time there. So I really vouch anyone from the West. I think morally you should go and just have a look to see.
It's a great educational experience. Yeah. Like to see the impacts of what our wars that we see in the newspapers and TVs actually affect on people's lives is quite. And you know, there's a lot of people who get behind these sort of movements and support them. So let people be people. Right? It's got nothing to do with us how they want to live. Like, if they want to be communists, they want to be communists. You know. Now, I'm not vouching for communism. I'm vouching for people's right to choose whatever the they please. Yes. At the governmental zone. As long as the people are happy, everyone's happy. Who cares? It's not our right to go and all this to save them. They don't need saving. They don't need saving. They're happy.
Well, there's a lie we've been told for generations, I believe, like that these countries are backwater, they're oppressed. Yeah, I mean, they're authoritarian governments. I think there's more authoritarian government structure in our own country. Yeah. I mean, we've got facial recognition everywhere. You can't do enough. You can't do anything without being watched or studied or documented.
Look at COVID. If you left your house and met up with a friend, you'd get fined.
Yes.
Like, what does that tell you?
For a disease that had a 99 point something survival rate. Yeah, I mean,
you call it freedom, but it's got a lot of tax for freedom. Yeah.